You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. Thanks for joining us on Ace Country Radio, and we're also streaming at KPVM.TV. We're also on your Roku devices. It is Thursday, September 19th, the first day of the Pahrump Fall Festival weekend. And in more local news, 3 more charges of open murder are added to a convicted killer's charges. Rory Rossell has more.
Michael Coleman, who is in custody for the murder of Kidada Stewart, has officially been linked to 3 additional homicides. Coleman was a hired hitman before him. Coleman was allegedly Chester, who was allegedly in charge of a loan fraud, while Chester was allegedly known for killing his customers if they did not give him his share, oftentimes killing as well. Michael Coleman, the murders of Kidada Stewart, who was shot in February of 2023, Benjamin McCarty, who was shot multiple times in May of 2021, Marcus Larry, who was shot multiple times in November of 2021, and William Hill Jr., who was shot multiple times in November. Officials believe that the murder of Jr. was because of his son, who allegedly was in prison for loan fraud. Chester allegedly could not reach him, so according to Las Vegas Metro, they killed his father. Now here is Las Vegas Metro's Homicide Lieutenant Jason Johansson to discuss the additional charges for Michael Coleman.
This fraudulent money that was obtained by Carl Chester and his associates was dispersed to individuals. Chester would typically receive his cut of the money for the work that he did or how they got the lead to get the loan. When individuals did not provide Chester with his cut of the loan, he typically would resort to threats of violence or violence itself to get his part of the money. The man Chester would hire to carry out his violence was Michael Coleman. Michael Coleman was tasked with murdering those who shorted Chester his money. All 3 of these people, Benjamin McCarty, Michael Coleman, and Orlando Gibson, were all part of the Rolling 60s Crips, which is a criminal street gang here in Las Vegas, and all were part of the early 2000s indictment of the Rolling 60s. Right now in this investigation, we believe the motive behind this is internal strife within the gangs connected to that indictment. Unfortunately, Mr. Chester, who organized 3 of these murders, along with Michael Coleman, Carl Chester was murdered in March of this year in the northwest part of the family by members of William Hill's family in retaliation for his murder.
Michael Coleman is currently facing 4 counts of open murder and 4 counts of conspiracy to commit murder, but according to Las Vegas Metro's Homicide Lieutenant Jason Johansson, more counts may be added at a later date.
And turning now to national coverage on the presidential campaign trail. Vice President Kamala Harris remains on the campaign trail, speaking in the Midwest and in key battleground states. This as new polls emerge today showing that Harris and former Vice President Donald Trump are neck and neck in key battleground states and potentially overall amongst likely voters in the upcoming presidential election. And Harris also continues to debunk the inaccurate information being spread regarding Springfield, Ohio, and information that is falsely being spread regarding Haitian immigrants who are here legally for jobs and partaking of any illegal activity regarding pets. Even in the state of Ohio, the persons who originally put out those false stories have now recanted and apologized for putting out that inaccurate information. Meanwhile, U.S. former President Donald Trump recently campaigned in the Empire State. And News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers joins us now with those details.
As America's explosive political arena continues to evolve the closer we get to Election Day, U.S. President Donald J. Trump fearlessly campaigns to massive audiences across the nation, even after being impeached, arrested, convicted, and now shot at twice. Let's check out some soundbite highlights from his recent rally in the deep blue state of New York.
As California Attorney General, she redefined child sex trafficking, assault with a deadly weapon, and rape of an unconscious person. I'd never heard of this. Rape of a very unconscious person as totally nonviolent crimes. The day after the election, all of these things come back. I hope you know that.
While Nevada has transitioned to a universal vote-by-mail mechanism, in-person polling locations are still available on Election Day.
She even endorsed free sex change operations for illegal aliens in detention, all at taxpayer expense. Unlike your current radical Democrat regime, I'm not driven by partisan ideology. I'm driven by results, and I'm driven by New York common sense.
Clark and Nye counties offer online voter registration.
We're conservative and all that, right? Who knows? You know what we are? We're really people with common sense. We need walls. We need good elections. We want low taxes. We want great police officers that are well taken care of. We don't want to defund the police. We're the party of common sense more than anything else, and it's picked up a lot of steam, it's true. And despite all of the persecution I've endured from the corrupt judicial system in New York, it's a corrupt system. I love the people of this state.
Our swing state implemented same-day registration in 2019.
The secret agent, service agent, pulled out the gun and started shooting. He said, a barrel. He didn't talk like a lot of people. They talk. How are you, sir? What would you like to talk about? Would you like to talk about the weather? No, he pulled out the gun and he started shooting at him. But think of this. This could only happen with a woman because men aren't smart enough. I hate to tell us. So he dropped his gun. His car was a block away and he started running because they had him. And he was running. And a woman driving a car innocently said, he looks like a bad person to me. He looks very suspicious. And she followed him. I said, so, Sheriff, if you had 1,000 events, how many people would have done that? Man or woman, how many people would have done that? Followed him, taken pictures of the license plate and also the type of truck that he was driving. He said, maybe none. So she's a hero. I got to meet her.
We are now just only 46 and a half days away from Election Day. I'm Maria Centers with News 25 Las Vegas.
And support continues to grow for both candidates on both sides of the aisle. Well, we're turning now to sports with Mikey Ruhan, who's giving us a look at one of the last regular season games for the Aces and is telling us what the Golden Knights are up to.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on your Roku devices. Las Vegas Aviators lost again last night to the El Paso Chihuahuas 7-6. Rematch this evening at 7:05. Las Vegas Aces play their final home game of the season against the Dallas Wings this evening. Tickets are now on sale for the Las Vegas Aces' quest for a three-peat in the postseason. The team has listed playoff tickets for the upcoming first-round series against either Indiana or Seattle. Game 1 is scheduled for Sunday, September 22nd, while Game 2 is still to be determined.
Sunday.
Las Vegas Raiders home opener, they take on the Carolina Panthers. Vegas Golden Knights goaltender Robin Lehner failed to appear for a mandatory preseason medical exam, according to a report. The team is reviewing its options for Lehner, who missed the exam at training camp to confirm his ineligibility per the Daily Faceoff. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
All right, Sunday coming up is the first day of fall. Does that mean your energy bill is going to fall? We'll tell you that and more when News 25 returns.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, the weather's changing and so can your energy bill. That's why Valley Electric Association is sharing some easy ways you can save energy and some money this fall.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
In today's world, energy efficiency isn't just a buzzword, it's a critical step towards sustainability and saving money. Let's explore some simple yet effective ways to make sure our homes are more energy efficient. First, turn off light switches when not in use. It's a small habit that can make a big difference in reducing energy consumption. Along with turning off switches, you should also unplug unused appliances or devices. These appliances can draw power even when not used. Addressing any leaky faucets can also help reduce energy consumption, especially if it's a hot water leak. Similarly, ensure your well is in good working condition and there is no leaks in your water lines. Not only can leaks waste gallons of water, but they can also lead to a large unnecessary energy usage due to pump excessive cycling. Leaky doors and windows can also let precious heat escape during winter and cool air in the summer. Using weather stripping and caulking is a simple fix that can also improve your home's energy efficiency and won't break the bank. Speaking of heating, some HVAC units have heat strips. Make sure your emergency heat isn't unnecessarily activated. Heat strips can be costly to run and, if left on, can consume a lot of energy. Regularly check your thermostat settings to ensure that you are using the most efficient heat settings. Wrapping your water heater is another step towards energy efficiency. Insulating it helps maintain water temperature, reducing the workload on your water heater and reducing its energy consumption in the process. By implementing these simple strategies, from turning off switches to addressing leaks and optimizing heating, we can all play a part in conserving energy and building a more sustainable future for generations to come.
And in more local news, if you or someone you know is in need of basic living assistance, head out to the quarterly wraparound event in Nye County at Nye Community Coalition. It's tomorrow, September 20th, from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. There will be clothing, food, water service, hygiene supplies, housing options, medical services, and more. This event will be at Nye Community's NAC building that's located at 1020 East Wilson Road, right here in Pahrump. And it looks like Mikey found someone to ride shotgun with him during his weekend road trip. Here's your tip coming up now.
How much energy should I have? A lot, right? Like that much? Looking to get away this weekend?
Come on down to Jellystone Park, Zion. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from Pahrump, 3 hours away.
We paid a visit to Jellystone Park this weekend. Just a short drive from Zion National Park, and found the perfect spot for family fun and adventure.
The water zone is a highlight for kids and adults alike.
Float down the lazy river on inner tubes, splash down the thrilling water slides, and let the little ones enjoy the splash pad.
The Wibbit Floating Obstacle Course offers even more excitement, with kids showing off tricks and challenges for all ages. Start your day with Yogi Bear and dive into themed fall activities like pumpkin growing, costume contests, and site-wide trick-or-treating. Or relax in one of the luxury glamping cabins, complete with spacious kitchens, cozy lofts, and stunning views of the water zone.
With pet-friendly amenities and activities for all ages, Jellystone Park has something for everyone. Discover more about their exciting future expansion and a special extended edition of Weekend Road Trip coming soon. That was good. I don't think we're going to do better.
Just so you know, I'm hitchhiking on that next road trip too. Great job, guys. Even Pappy went. Well, News 25 will be right back with your pre-fall forecast.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, now Josh Osborne from Great Computer Deals right here in Pahrump is telling us about this week's quick tutorial.
Hey guys, Josh Osborne here with Pahrump's own Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial. Today's topic, passwords. Passwords, passwords, passwords. When are you guys going to do a better job at managing your passwords? Let's talk straight. Let's get real. It is 2024. Everything is online, whether you like it or not. Everything online requires an account. What does every account require? That's right, a password. We have to manage these passwords better, because here's what's typically taking place. You create an account online and you tell yourself, you know what? I'll remember that password. Guess what? You never do. You never, ever do. There's too many. Right now, I have over 150 accounts. Not all of those are personal accounts. I own a business, so 90% of that is for my business, but that's a lot of information to log down. So we got to do better, because guess what, guys? Writing things on sticky notes and attaching it to your screen, that doesn't work anymore, okay? Out with that system. Get rid of it. There's two different ways we are going to talk about managing your passwords today. Number one is a little old-fashioned, but it's a password management book, okay? And what you want to do is follow what I like to call the golden rule of passwords. And that means every single time you create an account, without fail, you log that information for that new account down immediately. If you're using a book like this, you want to write down 3 different things. Number one, the website it is for, the username, and then the password. And if you're handwriting it down, make sure to write very, very clearly and write correctly, because as you know, with a password, it's case sensitive. If you write a capital T when it's supposed to be a lowercase t, it's not going to work. And most passwords now require uppercase and lowercase, a number, and a special character. So write all that stuff down very, very clearly. If you want to avoid writing anything down by hand, you want to follow my number 2 suggestion, which is download yourself a password management app on your smartphone. Doesn't matter whether you have iPhone or Android, both app stores have lots of options. The one that I personally recommend is called LastPass. They are not a sponsor. I don't get any money for recommending them, but I like them a lot. You know why? It's a very easy to use app. And the best part, you don't have to remember a password for your password management app. With my phone, it has biometrics, as do most do. And what does biometrics mean? That means that you can put your thumbprint on the side of your phone or on the screen, and it unlocks that particular app. So much, much easier to go that route. And since you're typing everything in and not handwriting it, there's no chance that you're going to be able to mess up the handwriting when you go back to consult that information later on. Anyway, those are the top 2 ways. Guys, please take this serious. Again, this is 2024. We got to give the same level of importance for our passwords as we do a credit card number or a social security number. The days of having 4 characters in your password 20 years ago, those days are gone. We got to do better. We will do better. I have faith in you guys. Anyway, I hope that helps you out. If you guys have any other questions, always feel free to contact us or stop in the store. We are more than happy to help. Catch you guys on the next quick tutorial.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look through our Lerner and Rowe weather cam at this beautiful hot air balloon during the last couple of days of summer. Fall's coming up on Sunday. We'll take a look at our fall forecast after the break.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm Kaylee Bentler in the News 25 Weather Studios with some regional weather to start with. Right off the bat, Fernley Fallon again, weather twins at 74. Carson City 72, Tonopah 71, Goldfield 73, Beatty at 81, Amargosa 87, Las Vegas 85, and Death Valley at 97. But in the paradise of Pahrump, we're currently at 84 degrees and we're seeing some clouds in there. We saw a high of 86, winds in the south 10 miles per hour, humidity at 14%, and the sun rose at 6:30 and will set this evening at 6:44. Expect humidity at 24%, winds east 6 miles per hour with a low of 61 and mostly clear skies. As for the rest of the week, we're seeing clouds rolling in tomorrow with a 24% chance of rain in the afternoon at 81 degrees, but over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, hello fall. We're seeing the sun coming out at 91 and 93, clouds on Monday, 96 degrees, and then the sun shining the rest of the week, ending on 97 degrees on Thursday. And that is your look at the weather. Back to the desk, here's Unette.
Thanks so much, Kaylee. And we noticed those temperatures trying to creep back up even during the start of fall. Well, hang on to your hats during this autumnal equinox and enjoy the weekend. I'm Unette Gentry, and from everyone here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, that does it for this edition of News 25, and we'll see you next fall, y'all. Good night.